The NBA Emirates Cup might ruin the NBA playoffs. The reason? It's all professional soccer's fault. I don't hate the NBA's in-season tournament. In fact, the NBA Cup and the courts and the basketball and the trophy and the fact that some of these teams hang banners, okay, maybe not the banner thing, but all of it actually is an attempt to make basketball in November and December more exciting. And I am all for that. In fact, I actually think it's something that basketball has needed to do for decades. But there is one major flaw to it. And that flaw comes from professional soccer. Let me explain. The group play portion of the Emirates Cup is actually a carbon copy of what professional soccer leagues do with their in-season tournaments. And group play makes sense. You can't have all 30 teams play in a fair way to wind up moving into a semifinal and a final of a tournament without a format like this. And the 6 groups of 5 teams makes total sense for the 30-team league. But where the problem is, isn't the round-robin play. It's in point differential, something that soccer uses called goal differential to determine tiebreakers in their group play. In theory, point differential shouldn't be a problem, but in practice, it really is. Take a game that a team's down 20. Starters remain in because the team with the lead wants to expand that to keep their point differential high. The team that's losing keeps their starters in because they want to lessen that to make their point differential not as bad. But the problem comes when you have these starters in and both teams are trying hard in a situation where they usually wouldn't. Additional injuries can happen to stars of these teams, and that's problematic in a league that's already suffering from a magnitude of injuries that has hurt the play already. Kevin Durant, Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero, major names in the league out for major periods of time. The league can't afford to have this fun little in-season tournament cost them stars throughout the regular season and potentially, in a worst-case scenario, into the playoffs. That's the most important thing for the league. And why would you risk it on something that is fairly meaningless outside of a little extra money and a banner that nobody wants you to hang? Take Tuesday's Suns-Jazz game, for example. The Suns were leading by 11 points with about 1:15 to go. In most cases, you would remove your starters. In fact, the Suns had removed their starters until the Jazz cut the lead within that 11 range. Devin Booker's in, he hits knees with Jordan Clarkson, and both look like they could potentially be seriously injured. It was a play that looked immensely dangerous for a team, and if Devin Booker had missed serious time because of that, the Phoenix Suns would be in a world of hurt already missing Kevin Durant. Is that what the NBA wants? Stars missing additional time? In fact, it wasn't just Devin Booker that wound up falling prey to this in the final minutes of that Suns-Jazz game. It was also Bradley Beal that hurt his calf as part of this in the final minutes. In the end, the Suns still won by 8. The Jazz didn't accomplish much in that minute 15 other than 5 additional fouls and the Suns having to take 2 additional timeouts. Not only does it put players at risk, it makes the basketball worse in a game that is already over. The risk isn't worth the reward here. Remove the point differential. Come up with a different tiebreaker that makes more sense, that doesn't cause a situation that is unnatural in a professional basketball game. I don't want to see a team try to cut a lead from 25 to 18 just to try to sneak in and the extra spot in an NBA Cup when it could cost a team a star. I don't want to see bad basketball in the final 2 minutes of a basketball game that's already been decided because you want to prolong it to fix a point differential to help your team out. Find a better tiebreaker solution, and this NBA Cup could actually be something that fans get behind with less risk to the future of their team and the ability to win in the playoffs. Thanks, soccer, for making this possible and putting NBA players in a worse position and NBA fans caught in between.